Thanks for joining us to celebrate this year's EarthHour. Before we begin, I'd like to say thank you to EarthHour's major sponsor, Bendigo Bank. It's been great working with Bendigo on this year's campaign. With their help, we've reached millions of Australians to highlight the urgent need to tackle climate change for the sake of our Great Barrier Reef. Enjoy the documentary.
EarthHour is Australia's biggest climate change awareness event. Over 7 million Australians get involved every year. And what started in Sydney has now spread to more than 7,000 cities and towns around the world.
This year, we wanted to focus on how climate change is affecting one of Australia's most beautiful places, our Great Barrier Reef. So we created the world's first EarthHour documentary.
We asked two of Australia's biggest YouTube stars, who between them have over 500 million fans, to visit science guru Dr. Karl and to embark on a journey of discovery.
Here's what Natalie Tran from Community Channel and comedy rock band The Axis of Awesome got up to. Enjoy the show.
Hi, welcome. Hi, I'm Karl and you're...
Jordan.
Hi,
and
Benny and...
Lee
and...
Natalie.
Hi, welcome, guys.
Hi.
Lovely to meet you. So you guys are here about...
climate change.
In that case, you should go to the Great Barrier Reef.
Okay.
And in addition, think of turtles, coral bleaching, and remember, corals worldwide account for 0.1% of the surface of all the oceans of the world, 25% of all the fish life in the oceans. Huge diversity.
That's up in Queensland?
Oh, yeah, a long way, 2,600 kilometres long. It's a big bugger.
That's going to take ages. This is beautiful. Yeah. You know, Heron Island is right next to Nurofen Island and next to the Paracetamol Islet. Yes.
Oh, guys, it's from Dr. Karl. He wants us to go snorkeling with a coral expert.
A quest. Come, Hobbit. G'day, Dr. Ward.
That's right.
Selena, right?
Yes,
Can
hello.
you show us the reef?
Yes, pretty keen, lots to see.
Great.
G'day, Dr. Natalie. Dr. Karl here. Now, turtles are being affected by climate change, so go to Monrepo to find out more. Bye.
Well, now I'm at Mon Repos, which I was very gracefully calling Mon Repos the whole time we were driving. Nobody corrected me. But we're here because Dr. Karl has organised for me to meet a Ranger Kathy Gatley and a Dr. Leslie Hughes. And they're apparently very big turtle people. Not like big turtle people. They're people into turtles, so... Hello, Kathy.
Welcome to Mon Repos. This is the Mon Repos Turtle Information Centre, and at the moment we're full into our hatchling season.
And we get to see a hatchling tonight, don't we?
I hope so. I hope we get to see more than one.
I'm very excited. Should we have a look?
Definitely. Let's go.
Once they're all out of the nest, we'll then watch them run down to the ocean.
So we've just learnt that on average, out of 1,000, only about one survive, and a huge reason for that is, well, human activity, which is pretty heartbreaking, especially when you see this. So they're being released right now and they're going to run right past us. I think they might run through our legs.
Let's go!
I wasn't really prepared for how adorable and how cute baby turtles were when they run down the beach.
Oh, yeah! It's so ticklish, isn't it?
I think everybody in the group was in awe of how beautiful this act of nature was. So what's happening is they're just going towards the light. So when we spoke to Leslie afterwards, and that was pretty heartbreaking, especially after tonight.
Well, turtles are really vulnerable to the impacts of climate change for a whole lot of reasons.
Firstly, we know that sea levels are rising. Over about the last 150 years, sea levels have come up about 20 centimetres.
Yeah.
And by the end of this century, they could be a metre higher than they were some time ago. So that means a lot of these low-lying beaches where the turtles nest will actually be inundated. And if the temperatures get too hot in the nest, the turtles develop too quickly and they don't develop properly. So we get an increased level of deformities in the hatchlings when they hatch if the eggs have got too hot.
So the bad kind of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Exactly.
Just mutant turtles.
That's right.
No ninjas.
As we finished the swim, we came back past the beach and there was a little turtle, and he was the littlest turtle, and he came out of the beach. Go, mate!
Come on. You can do it, fella. Go!
Yes! Yes!
Go.
$20 on this guy. You reckon he's a Donatello?
You know, if he's on his own, he's definitely Raphael.
Like, when I was his age, I couldn't have done this on my own. No.
And he had his little feet, and he was like...
It was fun. He had to get to the water because it's, you know, mating.
And he was up there, and then he went all the way down there.
Here he goes.
He's going.
It's amazing. You made it, fella!
Quick, put him back to the start.
You made it! Woo! Oh, look at him go. He loves it. Yeah! Yeah, somebody got him.
Tell me you had the camera on for that, because that was like
amazing.
The best. Oh, good. The best happy ending.
Hope you're enjoying the doco. If you believe Australia must tackle climate change, text REEF to 0447 003 003 and go in the draw to win a weekend for two at Lady Elliot Island.
You know, that was a lot more of an impact than I thought it would be. We came to see some hatchlings and it was gorgeous, of course. Oh, tickle! Because you see the baby turtles, but then speaking to Leslie, you find out things like how climate change affects them and how the warmer sand means less and less males are being born, potentially no males.
Well, at higher temperatures, turtles tend to hatch out into females, and at cooler temperatures, they become males. As it gets warmer, the air temperature will affect the temperature of the sand that the turtles nest in, and that will affect the turtle sex.
And you don't mean the hanky-panky?
No, I don't mean the hanky-panky, I mean the gender.
If we keep going the way we are, we're going to potentially wipe out all male turtles. Is really upsetting because that means they're all girls and nobody wants that many sisters.
What are we going to be seeing?
We're going to go out and look at the reef flat this morning.
Aw,
To the reef.
thank you.
So how has climate change affected the reef?
Unfortunately, reefs are really vulnerable to climate change from a whole lot of different angles. As the temperature increases, this is difficult for corals. Bleaching can cause the corals to die if it lasts long enough. Then, as we put more carbon dioxide into the air from burning fossil fuels, the ocean takes it up in huge quantities, like a sponge absorbing it.
Actually, up to a tonne per person per year of carbon pollution into the reef.
Over time, as it becomes more severe, it means that the reef will start to wear away.
I think it's like you're trying to make a delicious glass of cordial and you're putting in the right amount of cordial and the right amount of water. But now you're putting in too much cordial and you're making it too strong and that's too acidy and it's disgusting and you have to tip it down the sink.
Associate Professor Sophie Dove is right here on Heron Island. She's looking at the effects of ocean acidification and small rises in temperature on the way the corals grow. So you should have a talk to her this afternoon.
We might go right now. Let's go.
Good, okay.
That way?
Strangely, it's that way to the land.
G'day.
Hello.
Hello. So what are we looking at here? What does this tub represent?
It represents the reef slope as it should be today.
So the idea is with these tanks, they can simulate the conditions in a lot of different scenarios.
It's a control tank, which is what the levels of carbon pollution and temperature are like right now.
And there were two tanks that represent the future. One is where we do nothing about carbon pollution, and one is where we do something.
And then there's a whole other bunch of tanks with clones of Sigourney Weaver in them.
So can you tell us which tank we're at now?
We're at the tank that represents 100 years ago.
All right, so this is the past.
Exactly. And so it has exactly the same coral makeup and actually all the other organisms.
Comparing this tank to that tank, it's clear that most of the organisms in it are a lot healthier.
These tanks definitely look better than present-day tanks.
I would drink this water. I would not drink that water.
Don't drink the water.
I wouldn't drink the water at all.
Is it possible for the world to get back to this?
It is possible, but it will take time. And a long time to get back to this because we're already committed to a certain amount of CO2 in the atmosphere.
So what's stopping us now from jumping into this tank and warning all the people 100 years ago?
We'd need time travel to be able to do that.
Yeah,
Is this
this
not-
is 100 years ago.
This is not.
We can do that, right?
Clearly, there's a whirlpool motion there that's found in time travel.
Shall we see another tank?
Yes, we can jump to the future.
To the future.
The future.
Amazing.
Let's step forwards.
Welcome to the future.
Yes, this is the future that we'll obtain in about 50 years' time if we do something about CO2.
It still looks pretty grim compared to
100 years ago.
Yeah, especially pre-industrial.
But this guy down here, he's still doing quite well.
Yeah, he looks happy.
And there's a little bit of him left over down in the bottom there, you see?
So basically, things are still alive, they're just not pretty.
Yes.
What do we need to do to achieve this scenario in 50 years' time?
We have to stop producing CO2 at the currently increasing rate that we are and limit it.
It's really positive that we're not past the point of no return and that we can make a change now and affect the world.
Yeah, I think people can feel very helpless and feel like doing anything is futile, but the research has shown that we can still make a difference. It's not too late.
So this is the reef of 2100. We're looking into a business-as-usual future, and that means that CO2 keeps increasing in the atmosphere, and we end up with this in about 2100.
So where in this reef is the coral?
The coral's all dead in this reef.
Right, and is that a result of all the carbon pollution that's been going on?
Yes, it's a result of both the increase in temperature associated with that and the increase in acidification associated with that.
Right.
At the moment, they've got algae that's making them look a little bit taller, but it's not calcium carbonate you would like to see on the reef.
Is there any going back from this point? If we hit this world, how hard will it be to turn around?
It will be very hard to turn around if we hit this world, because actually if we hit this world, we still are increasing CO2 in the atmosphere for at least the next 100 years.
Well, look, I'm no scientist, but it's fair to say I don't like this. Now, just to repeat, I am not a scientist.
Most people don't like this. This is what I refer to as the slippery road to slime.
Thank you for a very bleak vision of the horrors that could be.
So the knowledge made us sad, but knowledge is also power.
Which means that by being sad, we are therefore powerful.
Knowledge equals power times sad over action squared equals EarthHour.
And that's some science.
I am a scientist.
Hi everyone, I'm Emma.
And I'm Andrew. We're from The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
This year we are joining EarthHour and pledging our support for action on climate change.
Join us and pledge your support at earthhour.org.au. It's that easy.
It's Dr. Carl again. We're going to Gladstone.
So what is this place? Well, this is one of Australia's many piles of coal. We burn coal to create electricity in Australia, but it's a problem. It also creates greenhouse gases or carbon pollution. So that traps heat in the atmosphere, and that's what causes climate change. So it leads to impacts like more extreme weather, more extreme bushfires and floods and droughts, and also affects the Great Barrier Reef, the ocean acidification, the effect on turtles, coral bleaching. All of that stuff comes because of climate change, and climate change happens because we're currently locked into an energy system which is mostly reliant on coal.
Pretty obvious how much carbon pollution humans are contributing, which is not a good thing, but as Anna pointed out,
On the positive, if humans are the reason for it, humans can be the change makers, and that's a great thing, and I hope that's where we go as a country.
So we've got the technology we need to solve climate
So everything
change.
that we need is already here.
Exactly.
We can do it all.
Yeah, it's already been invented. We know how to get energy from the sun, we know how to get energy from the wind, and all of these technologies are already being rolled out in some places in Australia and all around the world.
Hi, Dr. Natalie. This is Dr. Carl. My friend is going to fly you to Lady Elliot Island in his private jet.
Hello.
Talk about solar energy. I'm jealous.
Yeah, this has Twitter on it, right? Twitter, Facebook, YouTube.
Hello. Hi, guys.
Tim, while we've been here, we've been learning about coral and starfish and turtles here at the reef.
Half the coral's dead.
And we wanted to know if you could help us about what it means for climate change globally.
Well, the world's reefs are in trouble. The Great Barrier Reef is the largest reef on the planet. Its big issue really is this warming of the waters that leads to coral bleaching, and we've got to do what we can to stop that. So this is the moment to step in and say enough is enough. We need to protect what we've got, and hopefully in time it will repair itself.
The people at home, what can they do to relieve the pressure on the reef and the coral?
I think they've got to say this is our line in the sand. Politicians, they have to understand the message absolutely loud and clear, and they only do that when they hear from the electorate. If my superannuation fund is investing in companies that are damaging the barrier reef, I want out. Put solar panels on your roof, get a more energy efficient car, show some leadership in your community. And you show leadership, of course, by talking to people about things.
Great. Well, it's great to know that there is things that we can do to act now and to make a change.
And that we're not hopeless.
That's right, and there is hope, but it's our generation that are going to decide the fate of the Great Barrier Reef. I think the reef's got a reasonable chance, but the next generation won't have those opportunities if we don't grab them now.
Yeah, and by grab them, you don't mean grab parts of the reef, because that's
No,
just...
no, don't.
You can't do that.
No.
You can't just take the reef home.
No, don't grab it. Grab it metaphorically.
Full of nasty, stingy things.
Yeah. But do grab the opportunity.
Wow, Natalie, welcome to Lady Elliot Island on the Great Barrier Reef.
Thank you for having me.
There's about 1,500 species of fish out here at Lady Elliot.
Yep.
And about 350 different species of coral.
And how many tourists come through Lady Elliot just to have a look?
In a year, we normally entertain around 30,000 people.
And how dependent is the Great Barrier Reef on tourism?
The Great Barrier Reef owes its current position to tourism.
Like, this is probably the nicest screensaver I've ever seen.
Yes.
This is my baby. This is our solar power station, Nat. Before we built this, we had big old diesel generators, and they did a good job, but they burn a lot of fuel.
So how much energy are you saving? How much have you saved?
We're looking right now at 70% reduction, and we're moving towards 100% renewable energy. That's our goal.
Aim high.
We aim high, so we really wanted to make a difference.
Hanging out with Peter and Amy today was amazing. You get to see renewable energy in practice, and not only in practice, but on something really impressive like a resort, which they're trying to make completely carbon neutral.
Growing up on this island has made me appreciate everything around you and that you can be involved in. So conserving and sustaining what we have, it's what we're going to have to live with in the future, what we love.
So your dad's doing something to make the world a better place for you, and you're going to keep doing the same?
Yeah, he's definitely doing a great job. I hope to continue in his footsteps.
It makes me think, you know, if Peter can do it on such a big scale, then everybody can do it. And that's great.
Hi everyone, I'm Emma.
And I'm Andrew. We're from the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
This year we are joining EarthHour and pledging our support for action on climate change.
Join us and pledge your support at earthhour.org.au. It's that easy.
The thing that we've seen this week is how vulnerable the reef has been to climate change.
Going to Mon Repos and seeing the turtles and just seeing how the temperature rising can affect the gender ratio,
I think the main thing to realise is that it's a really easy problem to fix as long as everyone gets on board with it.
We saw the piles of coal, and to see that that's still our major source of energy when we're very capable of finding other sources, I really hope that we work towards that.
Green energy sources are all around us. The technology exists. All we need to do is adopt it in our own lives.
So we have to stop using outdated resources like fossil fuels. Nobody uses cassettes anymore. Nobody uses CDs because they're old and outdated.
My cassette collection's valuable. Use cassettes.
All we need to do is get everyone on board to see the same thing with fossil fuels, and then we can progress and undo the damage that we've done. I'll get you a Walkman for Christmas.
Hi guys, welcome back from the Great Barrier Reef. Now what did you learn?
Well, I wrote a song, and you're gonna love it. Like I wrote it, and I went.
I mean, you got to be in the song. Cue the song.
It's Earth Hour, gotta turn the lights off. It's Earth Hour, turn them off for just 1 hour.
What about the other 8,759 hours of the year?
What are you gonna do then?
Make the change, it's not just power. This problem goes deeper than one Earth Hour. Planet Earth's future ain't looking bright. We gotta do more than just turn off the light.
Mother Nature's feeling down, can't get no relief. Every single day we lose more of the reef.
Don't wanna see the reef become an empty space. Gotta save the world, so we're up in your face.
Stop whining like a baby.
But what can I do?
Log yourself on earthhour.org.au.
You wanna be a hippie? Go and hug a tree. Wanna make a difference? Call your local MP.
Hello?
What up, boy?
I'm not an MP.
Make the change, it's not just power. This problem goes deeper than one Earth Hour. Make the change to stop climate change. Without that change, we can't stop the change.
Australia's gotta move away from dirty fossil fuels. Old school fuel is a tool for fools. Make a declaration to prolong our preservation. Energy that is renewable will save our generation. The ocean's getting hotter, like milk is gonna curdle.
Now let's all watch this footage of the cutest baby turtle.
So when this song is over, turn off your computer or your telly. We don't want all the corals losing all the zesanthelli.
Make the change, it's not just power. This problem goes deeper than one Earth Hour. Call your MP, have a conversation. Get some solar panels and some greener superannuation.
So when we say your power,
we mean the power to make change.
Not climate change.
Just making a change for a change.
A difference. Use your power to make a difference.
To climate change, which is the bad change.
The good change is the things you do to make change.
Good change, not bad change, like climate change.
Do everything in your power to stop using power.
Use power to stop using power to make change, not climate change.
Use your spare change to make change, to contribute to make change.
And make sure that change being made is good change, not spare change or climate change.
The power to make the change, to make the power change, to change the maker's power.
It's that simple.
But seriously, it is simple.
Very easy.
We hope you enjoyed Earth Hour Lights Out for the Reef.
Now it's time to make a stand for our reef and our climate. Go to earthhour.org.au to take the Earth Hour pledge and automatically go in the running to win an amazing weekend away for two at Lady Elliot Island on the Great Barrier Reef.
Happy Earth Hour, everybody, and don't forget to turn your lights out at 8:30.